everyone. Today we are in a game called Swords and Sandals Immortals. Today we are spending 300 days on Hell Space difficulty. I have never played this game before, but it was looking good, and I decided to attempt the most challenging mode immediately. I spent an hour to test some classes, and success was only with a species car Adrafina with 30% additional health and 2 additional strength to main stats. Height and weight. We are pumping up to maximum, and also, we are going for a Knight Templar class who has an additional bonus to defense and vitality. Templars are really good because they do 25% more damage if they are wielding a sword and shield. At this time, I just noticed that we need to wield a sword, but all my in-game process was with the club because they have extra damage to armor. But I am sure that sword at this point will be a better choice. During the first 10 days, we were able to take down our opponents and find new armor and weapons to purchase in the shop. Not always we had success in victory, and most of the time fights will be based just on luck. As quickly as you can, try to acquire the money needed to purchase a shield, because shield will give an additional block chance what will be useful at this hardest mode. From passive skills, we are leveling defensive techniques and also all points which ones we will gain from a level up we will spend only on strength. During the next few days in the game, we are going to focus on gaining higher levels and striving to collect a generous amount of gold to purchase stronger weapons and protection. After a few days of grinding, we noticed that the experience points were no longer increasing and that the only way to progress was to defeat an arena boss. He was a really tough guy, and yes, we were dying a lot, but after a few lucky fights, we got some new helmet and we won a battle. Now we are traveling on Next City, and there we are repeating our progress by defeating enemies, collecting money, and acquiring stronger gear. Also, next passive skill we are taking Shield Mastery, which one increases a chance to block incoming attacks. Next arena boss, who was hard as the previous ones, was defeated after quite long time. But it was done, and we are happy. With 250 days left of fighting, we pushed onward against more challenging enemies until we reached the toughest opponent, the arena boss. I had a club in my hand, but if you want to get the extra 25% damage bonus from class passive skills, what is more reliable, then it would be better to go for a sword. It is a hard choice, but in End of Days, I was dealing extreme damage to certain unlucky opponents. I feel victorious as I watch the arena boss fall, and I'm lucky that I was able to do so much damage despite the armor. And now, let's make our way to the next cities. I had to wander around a lot to find the right city to take my character to the next level. Sadly, this took up a lot of in-game days. Because of lack of info and in-game experience, I missed a new merchant who actually was selling a pet for traveling. So bear in mind to get them as soon as possible. They will reduce your traveling days by at least 200%. The ones who selected a sword will be sharpening their sword mastery techniques, while the rest will be experiencing the feel of a club in their hands as they learn club mastery. It will increase a damage done and a hit chance by 2% of each level up. This ability is absolutely essential, and maybe if I had a choice to return, I would take this ability right away at the beginning. What's done is done, and now you must take responsibility for your actions self. When you reach the peak of weapon mastery, you'll hear the cheers of your peers. The hit chance will increase your success in victory, and also the damage will be crazy. Another useful trick was to push enemies of ledge. We could kill enemies instantly. The funniest was that we could beat up arena bosses with 200 power difference. That was insane. The damage just was so good that I felt like I was a god in a game. I highly recommend try this class and tactics, but everyone has their own preferences. By the way, if it is not hard, then please subscribe to the channel to help me grow a bit higher. Thank you. The next ability, we will get a critical mastery, second wind, and concussive blows. And let's stop here for a minute, because I ended up with a level 60 with no success for a victory. 300 in-game days was a hard challenge, but after a while, I decided to make a new challenge. Another 300 days, but this time we started a game with a new class. What was added after new patch? It was the Dark Paladin, who had a new passive mastery. The Dark Purpose, which was giving extra physical damage with evil alignment only. Don't be concerned, we are still using the same passives as in the past, but this time, we opted for an axe instead of a sword, since we weren't getting any additional rewards from the sword. The next skills we are taking a Weapon Mastery, Final Judgment, and Combat Ready. Combat Ready is really useful as you can roll dice and get a higher chance to make the first move against the enemy. After, as soon as possible, try to get Colossus skill. Also, Ghost Strike and Throw weapon skill. Those skills you can obtain at Training Merchant. Colossus is a great transformation skill that will add you a strength, attack, and stamina. Because we are running on low stamina, this transformation form will regenerate stamina in no time. That means you will be able to use high mana usage skills, like Throw a weapon and Ghost Strike. I was able to beat 10 Doomtrek champions and was close to defeating number 11 as well. However, I eventually gave up. I kept going until the end, and I recognized that I needed a little more time and better equipment to do my best. Disappointment was in a merchant shop. I was constantly receiving low-level items, and I was unable to fully upgrade my gear. Shop mainly was offering items worse than mine. No matter what, I am happy, and I hope you learned something from my challenge. Last useful trick will be what I realized too late, an in-game save. If you lose a battle against champions, then just quit game, relog, and face them again without losing days. If you want to achieve success, you must play the hardest mode without interruption for 300 days. You may be able to do it, but for a triumphant result, you must work with a combination of luck and wise planning. Have a good day and see you on next one.